from $16 million dollars to over $2 billion. $2 billion. That is how much dollars provided for Wale Tifnumbu in a single year to bring fuel to Nigeria. But they told you that they removed subsidy because they paid some idiot on social media. How could you have a refinery working and people are not feeling it? Why do you need media to tell people that they should celebrate a refinery that is now working, when in fact there is nothing? So if you want to be a socialist government, as they present themselves, they share food, they share money, but they will tell you it's the market force that will determine this, as if to say they are capitalist, crony capitalist. Do you understand? So market force will determine this, market force will change that. Fine. Now that you have your own working refinery, shouldn't that reflect in how much you want to sell it? Now your crude oil, the crude oil is yours. The refinery is yours. The money you use in putting all this together belongs to the people. These same people are those who have been into hell, still in hell, because you remove subsidy. So if you have to save yourself, would you say, oh, it costs us so much to refine a crude oil? Are you mad? Which crude oil? Are you buying it? You don't even extract your own crude oil. A country of 65 years after independence, Nigeria, an oil-producing country that doesn't actually extract our own crude oil. Do you see any country in the world where they are giant oil producer? But guess what? The extraction is being done by all these called oil companies. International oil companies, IOCs, with an agreement that they will take a percentage from what they extract. That means Nigeria not even, with the corruption anyway, maybe they do. I wanted to say that Nigeria probably have no idea how much crude oil these guys are taking from Nigeria ground, right? Except what they tell them. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have a clue. Even if they appointed somebody on there as a supervisor to represent Nigeria in that operation, you know where his interest is going to be? It's never going to be for Nigeria, right? Do you know that? Now, a country that doesn't extract our own crude oil, but depends on the data of the companies they sold these oil rigs to, that developed all those oil rigs themselves, determined how much, of those barrel of crude oil they will be pumping every day. Now, a country that doesn't do that, but also relies on the supply of these oil companies, because that's the deal. The oil companies, after giving Nigeria about 45% or so royalty, right? They are also expected to give Nigeria 300,000 barrels of crude oil from their production. That one is for the local refining. That agreement, 300,000 barrels of crude oil, is what Bokwari, Emefiole, and who is Usman, is Minister of Finance. That is the same 300,000 barrels they used in collecting as a collateral in collecting loan from the Afrexim Bank. I don't know if you remember that. Now, Nigeria doesn't even have supply of crude oil from all these oil producers anymore. They don't. So you can imagine the kind of mess that these guys have plunged you into, only for you to realize that it's all been lies after all. Dangote said they've spent over 18 billion. Now they are thinking of even just selling the scrap. Atiku said he will sell NNPC. Obasanjo said, Obasanjo said those refineries can never work as long as they are in the hands of Nigeria politicians. Successive presidents of Nigeria, except Jonathan, appointed themselves as Minister of Petroleum because they want to make sure that they are aware of who is getting which oil block and where. Tifnumbu and his gang they have started, familiarizing. No, that's not the right word. I wanted to say, because right now, the richest oil rig in Nigeria, which is actually inside the sea, OPL 245, somewhere in this Calabar, Uyo, all those areas, right? In the IC there. It has now been given to Ohando. This same oil rig, right, has been a source of litigation for more than 20 years now. But guess what? It is because Nigeria believed that the Nigeria was being shortchanged in the deal, so Nigeria won't sign it, and therefore those that probably got it from Obasanjo's time, they couldn't use it. For years, it's been a case, right, of who is the owner, and Nigeria is actually the one to determine, to say, you know what, okay, we let go, yeah, take it, pay us this. Tifnumbu came, we drew the case, and we drew the whatever Obasanjo gave that whoever Don Etiebet and others, right? I think they are those who they gave the oil rig to, right? Now that oil platform it was supposed to be back in the hand of Nigeria. Tifnumbu has given it to Wando. I don't know if you know this. Now you see all these their actions, all of these their decisions, all this money flying left, right, and center, they all have consequences. And that's why you have a Nigeria that is the poverty capital of the world. When you ask yourself and say, man, what is wrong with this country? Just think about the actions of the rogues, successive rogues, the active rogues that are there right now. Take a look at their actions and see their contributions to where you are right now, right? So if you are supporting them, defending them, well, I'll keep reminding you that you might actually be defending something that is meant to kill you eventually. Why this revelation was made by Dangote, fair enough, being honest, right? He said he doesn't think the Nigeria refineries will ever work because the intention is never to make it work. Every appointed NNPC person sees it as an opportunity. And guess what, by the way? Most of those they are appointing in their NNPC or replacing the former with, right? They've always been part of the team, okay, that led the Nigerian oil sector to this state. So when they tell you that they are changing guard, no. They are replacing loyalists. It is a business as usual. A luta continua. In this case, a luta, that is a luta continua. The looting continues. Nigerians were busy. And I believe this is an intentional distraction, by the way. For the past 2 days, Nigerians have been, the Ronukus and the obedient have been at each other's throats. Why? Because Peter Obi was seen serving food at an elderly Catholic church program in Imo State, where I think they have a name for it. For those of you who probably know that, because I was reading about it, I was wondering that how come people have spent most of their time, energy, talking about irrelevant things, while these revelations are staring them on the face, right? But it's not new, it is the contraption. It has always been the leverage that the criminal establishment in that contraption have been using. Distraction is desperate. While some are saying, no, that's who he is. He's been doing that for years. They've known him. He's always been like that when he was governor. Others are like, no, he says desperation. He can never be president. I was like, God damn it, man. This was when they took a slight break from if he worked for Abacha or he didn't work for Abacha. What did you do with Abacha? People will see Tifnumbu. Person where they see it interact with Abacha's men in those terrible old days. Somebody they could present a public, what do you call it? Somebody could present a public image, or in fact, public images of Tifnumbu with Abacha. They are not offended by that, but they are so triggered, and they are talking about, oh yeah, I worked for Abacha. So why some are saying that, and so others say, no, you cannot work for our oppressor and then want to be president of Nigeria. Can't you see the distraction, the nonsense? Gosh. Okay, yeah. So they said it's a program in Imo State, okay? So I put out the clips together like this.
One on the left needed attention for service. Support those sharing food. Support them with the sharing of water and drinks.
A society where people care. We want more of Father Maurice. We want more of individuals who will be caring for the poor, caring to support everybody. Food is being shared everywhere. People are happy. Father Maurice, please continue in any way you can. We're going through difficulty. For those of you who haven't eaten, the rest assured I'm coming to service. We'll make sure that everybody is here today. Congrats, Father Maurice. Congrats, all the members of this wonderful ministry. I'm not a member, but I'm willing to join. So, I want things that wherever there's service, I want to be part of it. Thank you, my Lord. My Lord is you that I want to listen to. Thank you, my Lord.
Did you get that now? So they said, in fact, I think I even screenshotted something so close to it that explained that, right? So, one circle. Right. So I think they call it the Jubilee of Hope. Is the day we try to reverse roles. Jubilee of Hope or something. Like that is a distraction that young people are watching their political elites and others fritter away your common patrimony, your commonwealth. But a lot of people, I mean, they've eaten into him so well, right? Ish. Anyway, I'm gonna. So let's go to the next one, because the point here is that the criminal politicians in Nigeria, they can't imagine how lucky they are to actually be in charge of a country like that place, right? Where majority are more interested in irrelevance while they watch these guys. And then they will ask you, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? Do you want us to go and fight them? But they are all the same, Jerry. They must be. So in anything you do, if you get involved in their shenanigan in that place, don't ever take APC, Egbekebe to court. You will lose. Edo people, congratulations to you, right? As they said that the Supreme Court has now confirmed Okweodo, your governor, as your governor. And in the celebratory mode yesterday, Oshiomole, his godfather, told him that it would be the right time now to actually investigate Obadonkey, your former governor as well, of corruption, of his government's corruption, where they stole tens of billions of naira. So it is going to be interesting in the days ahead. Just thought I should mention it. I'll come back in a minute. Okweodoyo.
I can see everything. turning around, everything turning around, everything turning around for our good. We give God hooray! 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 We give glory to the Lord, He reigns. We give glory to the Lord, He reigns. He reigns, He reigns, He reigns. We give glory to the Lord, He reigns. We give glory to the Lord, He reigns. We give glory to the Lord, He reigns. He reigns, He reigns, He reigns. We give glory to the Lord, He reigns. We now,
For election, we witness, so this election we will all witness, so right? But they give glory to the Lord, He reign. God go take a Lord go take a anyhow, right? But I'm interested in this. The probe of a bad donkey. Here is where you're going to see this is how you're going to understand that Nigeria loves their criminals differently, but almost the same, but differently. So let me explain that. Majority in Edo, should I say majority? Well, part of Edo believes, or Edo people believes that they didn't elect this guy. He didn't win any election. He rigged himself in. Fine. As others believe that, he won. They defeated PDP. Oba Donkey and his own godson. I swear for you, Igodalu. All right? Now, this Oshiomole and Okwe Odoyo, who now have to say, okay, you know what? We are going to look into how Oba Donkey, I swear for you, Igodalu, right? So how they milked Edo and everybody that stole from you. And you begin to hear, are you not also stealing? Leave him alone. Leave him alone and concentrate. Concentrate on your work, Nigerians. Instead of him to concentrate on his work, he's there trying to go and be investigating nonsense. Meanwhile, he himself is already stealing. They love their thieves differently. But here is that Oshiomole's request after their Supreme Court validation.
You now have time to look at that hotel from which the money in tens of billions of naira was taken. And now we are told that those things is a minority shareholder. You now have time to go into that. You now have time to revisit all of those roads that were built at the washed off. Compared to the one I did that are still there. Those are those buses, those green buses. You only remove the coverage, but the buses are the only one to move. So by the time your Excellency now have time for the 2nd of March, Obadeki will have to come out from hiding to answer to those questions.
Yes, sir.
You have come to rescue Edo, but to rescue means you must also investigate. How did we got here? So that in the future nobody will get there. So God will give you the wisdom, the energy, and everything required to keep our state going. I joked with my audience as I was coming here. I said, I don't need you now. When I'm going to Edo, like somebody who's going to his father's farm, I am not afraid anymore. Once upon a time, because there is a Sapukwa here.
Leader.
Hello!
Leader.
Once upon a time, I was told I can't even land by a commissioner of police. And I hope that police commissioner is in alive to see, not really land